Hello, everyone. All right, this is book recommendations part 3, the unusual season that we're in. You might be looking for something to read. Of course, you want to be careful with how you spend your money. If I come across one recommendation that sounds good to you, just stop the video there, get that book, read it, and feel free to come back to this later. So, for some of you, this video is going to be too much information, and some issues is probably going to be not enough information. A lot of you don't know that Rebecca and I come from a home church in Portland, Oregon, now called Manna House, that has long had a number of ministries that have served people around the world, including Portland Bible College, where both my parents teach, and also a publishing house that has helped make writing books possible. And there are so many books that have shaped me, have affected my life, and so many people behind those books that have been a shaping influence to me that to this day, honestly, I can just stop and think about their lives and their influence and who they are. And it has a profound effect on me. My father has co-authored a bunch of books, has written a lot of material, actually, that a lot of folks are not aware of. But not everyone is aware that my mom is also a published author and an amazing teacher. So I want to just recommend a couple of hers. Here, this one is The Journey of a Mother's Heart, with Glenda Mallman, A Journey of a Mother's Heart. We're talking about the mother of Jesus, Mary. And here she tells some stories about me and what it was like to parent me. Oof. So, but really, I've heard from a number of people how what a profound effect this book had on their life. She also has a series of books, of which my favorite from is The Hidden Power of a Surrendered Life, about Esther. So pick that up, check it out. It's amazing, life changing. I love biographies. And what my mom does with this book will definitely have an effect on you. Before I recommend a couple of my dad's books, also my in-laws, my wife's parents, Larry and Carolyn Wade, are authors as well. Larry wrote the church administration textbook that was being used in Portland Bible College when I went through school. And Carolyn has recently published a book, 500 Letters, which is, I haven't read this, to be honest with you, because I'm not sure if I'm ready, but I've heard from people, including accomplished single professional ladies, that just love this book. It's actually the letters that they wrote back and forth and their love story that really started in the 60s, in the 1960s. So definitely recommend that. The pastor that I had as a child, and a lot of these books I do not have the current copy with the slick cover with the modern graphics, but Team Ministry by Dick Iverson was my childhood pastor. This book and the work in here and the people that made it possible still really shaped me in my life. The Covenants is co-authored. You see my father's name there, in Kevin Connor. This is really a Bible study about the way that God makes long-lasting, eternal agreements with his people, and how you can see these very plainly in Scripture. And it helps us avoid some weird theological ideas that have shaped a lot of seminaries in the past. It's a great Bible study, really. My pastor of late, of more recent years, Dr. Frank Damasio, the one that he's known for the most is The Making of a Leader. It is really a textbook of a Bible study, walking you through how different people in the Scripture were shaped by God, their experiences, the responses they made, how their life character helped them become leaders. And of course, one of the best sections in here, Jesus, the principal hero of our faith, the champion as a servant leader, our great example. One of my absolute favorite in our DNA and our spiritual root system is Ernest Gentee. He's written a bunch of books, books on prophecy, books on tricky issues. But this book on worship is kind of like the making of a leader. It is a textbook of a Bible study on an issue that's really important. And if you haven't ever read this, this is a shaping, influencing book. It's important. It is helpful. Kevin Conner has a ton that have affected me a lot, but the name of God, a whole study on the name of God, that I think it's really important for us to know who God is, how God has revealed himself, and then also the names that people use to describe him, what they found to be true. My dad and Kevin Conner co-wrote a book, Interpreting the Scriptures, and a number of other books related to it, personal Bible study, hermeneutics, and then also the Foundations of Christian Doctrine, which, if you have not had a chance, Portland Bible College offers this as an online course, and I strongly recommend it. I've heard from I enjoyed the course. It had a great shaping influence on my life, but also I've heard from a number of other people just how much it has affected them. I'm going to have to, cut this short and sadly leave off the names of a ton of other authors from our root system that have had a major influence on my life, and there are many, many books out there. But it's something to worth looking into, and hopefully these are ones that you might not. Some of them you may not find on Amazon. You might have to hunt around a little bit for, but they are worth it. They will be something that you will remember a whole lot more than anything that you binged while you were quarantined. So I hope this is helpful.